bring this out for our people. We just bring out the regular olds for our people. And if anybody got any questions,
That's right.
we'll take questions. That's what we out here for. We out here for our people. We'll take questions from anybody. We can teach you too.
Come on.
We ain't scared of that. We can teach you too. Bring that out here.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time
Now it is high time, right, man?
to awake out of sleep.
It's time to get up. It's time to stop playing. Time is short. Y'all have been paying attention. It's already June. It's already we're already halfway through the year, or what Esau calls the year. We're halfway through it. Read.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Now our salvation is a lot nearer than when we used to think so. Than when we used to think it was so close. It's nearer now. Can't you see it? Can't you see the uptick in the sightings of UFOs, or what the people are saying are UFOs? That's an uptick in that. An uptick in young men shooting and killing not just one another, but their parents and grandparents. Right? An uptick in gun violence.
That's right.
All of that's happening. Just like it had before. And our people are still walking around thinking that things are going to be okay. Things are not going to be okay.
That's right.
This ain't a don't worry, be happy testimony we're bringing out here. It's about laws, statutes, commandments. It's time to come back to this. Read that from the top again, King.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11.
Right.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Right.
The night is far spent,
The night is far spent, right, Reed?
the day is at hand.
Day is at hand, right, Reed?
Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
Cast off those works of darkness.
That's right.
Reed?
And let us put on the armor of light.
The armor of light. See, we got a uniform we got to put on now.
That's right.
We've been given a uniform in Ephesians 6 and 12. Ephesians 6 and 12. We got a uniform that we have to put on once we come into this thing. Once we come into the knowledge of the Most High God, now we got to put our uniform. We got to dress ourselves for battle. We have to dress ourselves for what's coming. Because some of us going to have to stay here and endure this place.
That's right.
Read that from again.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Right.
but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world,
Of this world, right, Reed?
against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Spiritual wickedness in high places, right, Reed?
Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of
The
God.
whole armor of God. So he refers to his uniform as armor.
That's right.
Read verse 12.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Wrestle not against flesh and blood, right, Reed?
but against principalities,
Principalities, right?
against powers,
Against powers, right?
against the rulers of darkness
Against the rulers of darkness, right?
of this world,
This world, right, Reed?
against spiritual wickedness.
Spiritual wickedness, right? There's some people come out there trying to put ecstasy and try to put voodoo on it. It's funny to me. But rulers of darkness, right, man?
In high places.
High places, right?
Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God.
Now let's see what this whole armor of God is talking about. The whole armor of God, right? Read that.
that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. And having done all to stand.
Just stand by me.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth.
Having your loins girt about with truth. Keep your finger there. Let's go to Psalms 110 and 111 and 10. I think it's 111 and 10. Psalms 111 and 10. Having your loins girt about with truth. Probably transposing those numbers again, but I think it's 110 and 11 or 111 and 10.
111 and 10. Come.
What you got?
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 111, verse 10.
Right.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Right, and
A good understanding hath all they that do his commandments.
a good understanding is all they that do his commandments, right?
His praise endureth
And
forever.
his praise endure forever. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted truth. I thought that was 110. Try 110. Don't worry about it. Let's go back. Let's go back to Ephesians. So having your loins girt about the preparation of truth, right? Read, okay.
God, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth,
Read.
and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Breastplate of righteousness. Now let's go to Psalm 172 and one. Drop it, brother. Lock it. Lock it. 172, 149, 172, 149.
So 119, 142?
Huh?
119, 142?
Yeah, 119. Drop it. 119, 172.
Oh, come.
119, 172.
Come.
Psalm 119, 172.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteous.
Right, so let's go back to Ephesians. It says, first of all, it says, gird about yourself with the preparation of truth and the breastplate of righteousness. So the breastplate of righteousness is the commandments of the Most High God.
Right.
Right? So read on.
And your feet should
Shod.
and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
The gospel of peace. Let's go into Luke 1 in verse 15. Let's see what that gospel of peace is all about. Right? The book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 6, starting in verse 67.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 67.
Right.
And his father, Zacharias, was filled with the Holy Ghost.
Filled with the Holy Ghost. That means that he had wisdom, knowledge, and understanding when he spoke these words. Right, Rick?
And prophesied, saying, Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people,
And redeemed his people, right, Rick?
and hath raised up a horn of salvation
Raise up a horn of salvation, right? For who?
for us.
For us, his people. Not everybody. That ain't the gospel. They don't say that. People can.
That's right.
For us in the house of his servant David.
In the house of his servant, and everybody don't come from the house of David. All of the nations don't come out of the house of David. So they say for everybody. Read more, okay?
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophet.
Now, this holy prophets, these are prophets that are set aside by the Most High to speak these words. And they weren't of any other nation, they were just Israelites. Unfortunately for you all, that's not the case. Only for the Israelites. Read more, okay?
Which have been since the world began.
Since how long?
The world began.
Since the world began. Read more.
That we should be saved from our enemies.
Now, we got to be saved from our enemies. Yes, we have enemies. Keep your finger right there. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:68. Let's find out who the enemy is, because we need to be saved for him, folks. Right? The Israelites were brought into a place where the Most High went and gave instructions for them.
Right.
About what they would do if they obeyed the words of the Most High, they'll get blessed. If they disobeyed the words of the Most High, they'll be cursed. That's just one of the last curse that Moses spoke of in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
So that we can be saved from our enemies. Watch this, man.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships, right, man?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Thou shalt see it no more again, right, man?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Oh, boy. So what happened is in the transatlantic slave trade, we were sold to our enemies.
Right.
We know who that was.
Who are you guys?
We know. Could you not be so rude? Thank you. So we were sold to our enemies, right? We know who the enemies are, right? On the transatlantic slave trade, we know who they are. The white folks.
That's right.
Don't be scared to say it, because that's what the Bible said. The Bible said it. Read it again from the top.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Right?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. That's how we came over here. That's how our ancestors got to this place. They came over here on ships after being sold by first the African and then the Arab. Right? People.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Spake unto us. Right? Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We never went back. We never had a ship to come back to get us. Right? Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your
We're
enemies.
going to be sold unto our enemies. Know who they are. Read.
For bondmen,
For what now?
bondmen, and bondwomen.
And bondwomen. Right? Let's go to verse 32. Same chapter. For bondmen and women. Let's see what that says, right? Let's see if this talking about everybody else. Read that, King.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32.
Right.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
We know that happened. When you are born into bondage, your children are in bondage as well. Right, Red?
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
No, right. You can't do nothing about it. Because you ain't had no might in your hand when you were sold over here. On no slave shit. When your ancestors came in, you had no might. Your ancestors had no might in their hand.
That's right.
Right? Get verse 41 for me.
Verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons and
You're
daughters.
going to have sons, you're going to have daughters in this place where you were sold for bondmen and bondwomen. Read.
But thou shalt not enjoy them,
You're going to enjoy them. Now here's why. Read.
for they shall go into captivity.
That happened to our people. When we were sold for bondmen and bondwomen over here in the Americas.
That's right.
Not just the United States. Get that twisted, because Brazil, Argentina, they had slaves too. Huh? Yeah, you didn't know that.
That's right.
See, your pastor tomorrow ain't gonna tell you nothing about that type of history. Because he ain't gonna get no change out your pocket if he tell you the truth. But that's what our job is, to come out here and tell the truth. Go to verse 47 for me. Your daughters and your sons have been bought into slavery amongst the white man. When you got sold over here. When you were sold over here, the white man is not just enslaved you, but your children as well.
Right.
That's your enemy, according to what the Bible says.
Right.
Read more, okay? Read that.
Verse 47.
Right.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God
Because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, right?
with joyfulness
Uh-huh.
and with gladness of heart
Right.
for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies,
Serve who?
thine enemies,
You gotta serve your enemies, right? Read.
which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst,
And in thirst. Uh-huh.
and in nakedness,
And in nakedness.
and in want of all things.
One of those things. Because we didn't listen, now we gotta serve our enemies.
That's right.
And we talk about the enemies because we were talking about that in Luke 68. We have to be saved from these people according to the gospel.
That's right.
And so we come here to Deuteronomy 68 and we find out, hey, we were bought here on ships. We couldn't go back. And when we were bought here, we were sold to our enemies. That history is there. It's been there for years. They took it out of the school. They don't teach you this in school no more. You definitely ain't gonna get it in church because they say that's hate speech. Right? But that's who your enemy is. It's the white folk. That's just how it goes.
That's right.
Don't get mad at us. That's what the Bible says. Read more, King.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
That happened. That happened. That yoke of iron was put around runaway slaves' necks so that if they try to run through the bushes and things like that, they get tangled up and they are easier to catch. It's called a yoke of iron. All you got to do is take your smartphone out,
Right.
be smart enough to type in yoke of iron, and then look at the image that comes up. That's all you got to do.
That's right.
And that image that comes up is spoken about right here in the Bible. Put a yoke of iron on your neck. He did that,
That's right.
right? And as a result of that, go to 54. As a result of that, this is what happens in our communities now. It's their fault. This is what happened. Let's see that, King.
Verse 54.
Verse 54, right here.
So that the man that is tender among you
The man that's tender among you, right?
and very delicate
And very delicate. We used to be good and tender and loving to one another. And very delicate. Hey, brother, how's your family? How's everybody? Oh man, I heard that you had a family member in the hospital, brother. We're gonna pray for that family. Man, we gonna set tender and delicate, right there.
his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Now his eyes go towards brother. That history is right there about the transatlantic slave trade, where they pitted the lighter slave against the darker slaves. Your enemy did that. We gotta be safe from them people. We gotta get away from them people because they're the enemy.
Right.
That the Bible speaks about. Right, read?
And swore the wife of his bosom.
And toward the wife of his bosom. Now, a lot of that came from slavery too, right? Because you had women, we had our wives in captivity, some of them, and the slave master came in unto our women. And now we got an evil eye toward our wife because we feel like we cheated on them. Your enemy did that. Your enemy perpetuated that on you in slavery.
Right.
Don't like that though. See, but you ain't gonna get this in church. Church ain't gonna teach you your history that comes right out of the Bible. And you'll never know. Get 67. Watch this now. This is interesting. Right? This part right here is verse 67. Right, read that again.
Verse 67.
Right.
In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even. And at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning.
Ain't that something? When it's nighttime, you be wishing that the daytime comes, that the sun come up. And when the sun is up, you be wishing that you can have some time to lay down and rest. That happened in slavery. Because of our enemy. Let's go back to Luke. Let's go back to Luke once again. Because it says that we have to be saved from our enemies. And we just gave you a little bit of a laundry list of the things that happened while we were under the stranglehold of our enemies, who are the white people. That's just what it is. You ain't got to look at me like that. That's what it is. The enemy, the white man is the enemy of the black man. We ain't scared to say it up here.
That's right.
We don't fear the white man up here. Them days are over. We're going to teach this Bible and we're going to teach the truth about it. Right? So that we can be saved from our enemy. We just explain who our enemy is. We won't get it. Come, back to you. We had 69 now. Let's start 69.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 69.
Right.
And have raised up a horn of salvation.
Raise up a horn of salvation by me.
For us in the house of his servant David.
The servant David by me.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets.
The holy prophets, and how long they been around?
Which have been since the world began.
Read.
That we should be saved from our enemies.
That we should be saved from our enemies. We just chronicled and wrote out who our enemy is. And our people are just too retarded to get it until they go on a fishing trip. You the only black person on the fishing trip. All the other people come back, but your black ass is missing. You go on a hiking trip with these folks. Everybody come back, but your black ass is missing. That happens all the time, but for some reason, we don't have in our head that these people don't like us, that they hate our guts. And so we take off and go to Europe. After graduating, we go to Greece and get the hell beat out of us, and the men that you go with don't even know. That happens, right? You do a slumber party, you're the only raisin in a whole box of cornflakes in this slumber party, you dead, and nobody know what happened.
Right.
And no charges are brought up. None. You don't see the reverse though. Think about it. You don't see one white person in a group of black people and something happened to that white person. And we don't know what happened. You don't see that. You don't see like a bunch of black people going hiking in the woods and there's one white person and all the black people come out the woods and the white man don't and nothing happened to those black people.
Right.
That don't happen. Because you know good well if it did, all of them would be arrested under the jail and the key would be in the Potomac. You know that. Read more on that, Luke King.
And from the hand of all them that hate us.
From the hand of all of them that hate us. It ain't just white folks. All of them, right? Let's get Obadiah 18. Let's get Obadiah. Chapter 1, there's only one. Hey, Christian pastors, there's a book called Obadiah in the Bible.
Right.
You didn't know that, did you? Oh, well, that's the Old Testament. Right. 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 Read that. 18, King. You know what? Start at 15. Salaki. Let's start at 15.
Get out.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 15.
Right.
For the Lord, for the day of the Lord is near
Today is the Lord's day, right, Reed?
upon all the heathen.
All that hate us, right? All the heathen, right, Reed?
As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
So what you did to us, it's going to be done to you. That's what the Bible says. That's in the book of Obadiah, Christian.
That's right.
Read it from the top one more time, because Christians don't listen. And we hate people. We hate the people. We do hate speech. But that's what the Bible says. Read it again, Ken.
The book of Obadiah, verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near
Then the Lord is near, right?
upon all the heathen.
Upon all the heathen, right?
As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
What you did to us, it's going to be done to you. Right, man?
Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
The
Right.
Most High said that's a reward. The Most High said that's a reward.
Right.
Isn't that interesting wording from the man who runs it all? Who we read, everything is run by the palm of his hand.
Right.
What we read in Sirach. It's a reward. You earned it. Read more, King, and you're going to get it. Read more.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain,
Read.
so shall all the heathen drink continually.
So have all the heathen will drink continually, right, Read?
Yea, they shall drink,
They shall drink, right, Read?
and they shall swallow, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been,
That's right.
Say that again.
and they shall be as though they have not been.
They're going to be as though they had not been. Now drop to 18, because we brought out a specific enemy of ours. Let's see what Obadiah has to say about that specific enemy that we were sold to in slavery. Let's see what the Most High says about that. Read that, kid.
Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire,
So be a fire, right, man?
and the house of Joseph a flame,
Okay, right, man.
and the house of
The
Esau,
house of who did what now?
Esau,
Man.
or stubble,
For stubble, right, man?
and they shall kindle in them,
Man.
and devour them,
And devour them, right, man?
and there shall not be any remaining
Any remaining of who?
of the house of
Of
Esau,
the house of Esau, right, man?
for the Lord hath spoken
You know,
it.
the loud niggas on the corner said it.
For the Lord hath spoken
The
it.
Israelites said it.
For the Lord hath spoken
The
it.
Lord said that.
That's right.
Get mad at us. We ain't saying it. We just reading the Bible, something y'all don't do. Let's go back to Luke.